Peace and blessings. Salute, patriots. Salute to the soldiers. Salute to the soldiers and the soldiers in the army of the Lord. And salute to the YouTube viewers and my family subscribers. You are watching the Ravenous Blackbird and the Ravenous Blackbird YouTube channel show, where we speak things as we see them. I try to get truth out to you after I do my research before I post the video, because it's the truth that we know, you and I, that'll set and make us free. We need to be free from religious tradition and free from wrong stuff that we're seeing on the news and wrong stuff that we're hearing from people, because people are looking for truth about the COVID vaccine. They're looking for truth about Daunte Wright, looking for truth about George Floyd, and so forth and so on. So welcome. And if you're a first-time viewer, second-time viewer, third-time viewer, so forth and so on, and you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, right below this video, if you're watching this on YouTube, please click the subscribe button. And then when you click the subscribe button, there should be a bell button on the right hand side, a little small bell button. Click that bell button for notification. If you click the bell button, what happens is you will receive notification of every video that I post. You'll receive notification to your iPhone or to your computer or your iPad or however you're viewing these videos, okay? And so I am your host, the Ravenous Blackbird, and I welcome you. And we're going to be discussing some more truth today in regards to our brother Daunte Wright, rest in peace, and in regards to, you probably saw the title, would he still be alive had he not resisted arrest? Now, before I get into this, I say again, I'm not here to bash anybody, to disrespect. My heart and condolences goes out to Daunte Wright's family, George Floyd's family, and good to see George Floyd and his family, praise God, got victory in the courtroom. Rightfully so, got victory and got justice. And that's just a baby step, okay? So I may say some things that you don't like, but I try to always speak the truth in love, because when you speak, in any other way, nobody's going to receive it. Okay, so my whole thing about the Daunte Wright situation is a little different from George Floyd. George Floyd did not per se resist arrest at the moment at his death. We know that. We saw it. We witnessed it. Okay. Maybe a little bit time before that, when they were trying to get him into a truck or a police car or something, and he was kind of, not wanting to get into the truck or the police car, wherever it is they were trying to get him into. But Daunte Wright and many other situations with black men that I see, and I know I do a lot of research, like I say, before I put these videos. I don't just throw a video on here without not doing research beyond watching the far left news shows and whatever type of news show that only tells you what they want you to know. You have to dig and do your own research, okay? But from watching it from the surface, just like you, from the police cam, from the woman police officer, to me, it seemed like it was a dear mistake. But we're going to talk about what happened after that, okay, or prior, before that, where that made her pull out her gun, her firearm, thinking it was a taser. It was the resisting of the arrest on Daunte Wright's part, people. I have a video out. You could check in my playlist. In fact, I'm going to put it in the comment section and in below this video, called "Why Do Black Men Continue to Resist Arrest? Stop. It's contributing to the police brutality," which it is. Okay, you can't argue, debate that. And the reason why I know this is true is if our brother, again, rest in peace, condolences and prayers, and much love to his family. I mean that from the bottom of my heart as a Christian, okay? And even if I wasn't a Christian, all right? Had he not resisted arrest, people, and you saw it just like I did, it's kind of a question to you. Would Daunte Wright still be alive? And it's kind of a hypothetical question, because we know the answer to that. More than likely, he would be. It was his resisting arrest, and then getting in his car and then trying to pull off, running away again from the cops. And this has happened time and time again especially with black men, that it's something about we don't, black men seem to not like authority. They don't like being told what to do, when to do it. I don't know if it's just a culture thing. I don't know if it's a mindset thing. Maybe it comes, I don't know, from the slave days or whatever it is, but times have changed and we're now in 2021. And so we know that the black on black crime, which is not being addressed, is still existing, and the police brutality on black men is existing. But I believe that if a lot of the black men were not resisting arrest like our brother Daunte Wright did, again, and I'm not saying this to be disrespectful, okay? I'm trying to get you to look at it not just from I'm a black person and we need justice, you know, because black people out there killing black people. Okay, this has been going on for years, and I don't see nobody. They swept that up under the rug, and it's still happening. Okay, because they figure black people keep, you know, selling drugs to each other and killing each other and robbing each other, then, you know, the other whoever, big brother, don't have to worry about doing it. But a lot of us smart black people don't realize that. Okay, and so, you know, a lot of the police brutality. I'm not saying all of it, people, but a lot of it, if you watch the videos and watch the news shows and do your inside research through the police cams and things, a lot of times the police, they're doing their job. They're pulling a person over for whatever suspicious activity, for whatever warrant, if they ran the plates, whatever the case may be, and ask you to stop and put your hands out the window, or put your hands on the steering wheel where I can see them, or license and registration, please, and then you go arguing back as a black person with the police officer. Now you're in an altercation. Now you're making yourself look like you're suspicious. Okay? And then when he tells you to step out the car, you resist arrest, which is what our brother DaVante Wright did. So my whole thing about that situation was horrible. The George Floyd situation. Okay, the Breonna Taylor, prayers and condolences, because now people are without a daughter or without a son, a child is without a father or a mother, because of these instances that continue to keep happening. And yet I keep hearing a lot of these black lawyers, Ben Crump and a lot of the black activists, Al Sharpton and all these other, keep talking about the police brutality, but you don't never hear anything come out their mouth about, well, you know, the black men should stop resisting arrest. The black men should start, submitting to authority. And a lot of black men have a problem with submitting to authority, submitting even sometimes to their wives when their wives say something to them, you know. And we see this, and this has been a pattern, and it's been going on. And because of this resisting of arrest, of a lot of black men resisting police arrest, it leads into the police brutality. Whereas had they just did what they were supposed to do, submitted to the authority, whether they agreed with the police or not, they would probably still be with us. And our brother Daunte Wright would still be with us today. And I honestly believe that had he not tried to run from the police, had he not tried to resist arrest, and then I think he had a knife or a gun or one or two. I don't want to jack that up. But a lot of these black lawyers and black activists, the Black Lives Matter movement, which I don't follow that, and I'm not going to get into that right now. But one of the reasons why is it's a socialist, Marxist, communistic group hiding behind the Black Lives Matter name. Okay, and a lot of you probably didn't know that, and you probably are linked up with that group, but do your research. It's a Marxist group, okay, who wants to get rid of the police altogether, not just defund them, but erase them out. So then it'll be more anarchy. It's a socialist Marxist group. Okay, so anyway, getting back to the point that I was making, a lot of these black activist groups and these black lawyers like Ben Crump, and if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, I may not be, forgive me if I'm not pronouncing it correctly, Al Sharpton and a lot of other ones, you know, it's always about what the police is doing wrong. It's always about police brutality. What about the black on black crime? What about it starting at home first, fixing what's going on in our community first? Okay, and then second, it's not always the police that's wrong. And I'm not saying that you're saying it. And I'm not saying the viewers, I'm not saying you're saying it. But what I'm saying is always about black this and black that. And yet the black people are not, themselves are not even, you know, united. And then on top of it, a lot of black men don't like to submit to authority. And it's been going on with police, calling police pigs and all this other stuff. And if you're a Christian, a black man and a Christian, you know better. Because there's Bible scriptures in there that tells us to submit unto authority and pray for authority. You pray for the law enforcement and you submit unto them. It's in the Bible. But we like to omit the part about submitting and talk about the part and represent the part of prayer for the law enforcement and for our presidents and for our mayors and governors. And that's total hypocrisy, people. And my heart is broken that now another black man, because he resisted arrest, Daunte Wright, and I've seen his child on television, beautiful child, beautiful family. And I was hurt. I was honestly hurt. And so my message again, like my other video that I put out about black men stop resisting arrest, and again, I'm putting that right below this in the comments. If you want to click on that link and watch that after this, this is kind of like a part 2 to that one. Black men stop resisting arrest and stop being hypocritical. It's not just about you pray for the president and you pray for the law enforcement. You are to submit to them. They're doing their job, and I'm not saying that there's not bad apples in the police department, just like there's a lot of bad apples in the black community, selling drugs to one another, robbing one another, don't want to speak to one another. The black community is not united. The black community is divided. And we've swept that up under the rug and replaced it now with too much focus on police brutality. And a lot of the police brutality is brought upon the black men themselves from resisting arrest. If you would not resist arrest, covered into the whole thing, then a lot of our black men would still be alive, like our brother Daunte Wright. Had he not resisted, he would have just went into custody, boom, went in jail, blah, 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 maybe be out. We don't know. But that situation that happened with that female police officer would not have happened had he not resisted arrest and went against authority. So, again, this is the Ravenous Blackbird. Please leave comments, click like, click dislike. I want to know your thoughts because your thoughts and your opinions matters to me, because it's the truth that we know that'll set and make us free. Until the next video, salute to you.